What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP, and this is my co host, Josh.
Hey everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the Film Bros podcast. All right, Josh. So today's the day, okay? Today, at the time of recording, is the day, one of the main days of the year where a movie guy can really geek out. On top of that, you get a nice musical performance. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. Okay, we're gonna be getting the Super Bowl trailers today. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll be able to record those trailers, our reaction to those new trailers. I'm sure we're getting one for Doomsday. I'm sure we're getting quite a bit pretty decent trailers. I know some people pulled out. One of those in particular was the DCU. They opted out of the Super Bowl this year. We're not getting any new trailers. Instead, they took it to a somewhere smaller arena yet again for another year in a row, right? Superman came out last year, and the a way that they promoted it was through the Puppy Bowl, not the Super Bowl, but the Puppy Bowl. And it sounds like James Gunn is reusing the method again, because obviously we know crypto's in the movie. Crypto is the crutch for a lot of his, or animals are the crutch for a lot of his movies. So now we have the Supergirl promo. It is what it is. It's a puppy bowl, so I mean, we'll check it out. I mean, I don't know if we're getting new clips, but this is basically what we're getting out of the DCU from here on out
Okay.
in 2026. By the way, not in
Okay.
2025. We're redoing the playbook for the puppy bowl. I don't.
All
Let's
right.
do it. Let's watch it. Ooh,
I'm Millie Alcock and I play Kara Zor-El, otherwise known as Supergirl. Today, I am surrounded by some real-life superdogs from Best Friends Animal Society, all ready for their loving homes. See more incredible rescue pups battling for glory and the Lombaki Trophy during Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet. Hope you find a good home.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a little promo. We'll get a little clip. Maybe we'll react to the clip if we do get one. I think the most we got last year during the Puppy Bowl, we had like a whole teaser, and the most we got was like crypto with a banner saying Superman 2025, and he
Yeah.
like ran across the screen, and then he ran off the screen with that little tagline. So I mean, maybe that'll happen again. Maybe we'll get a little like uh Lobo chasing crypto across the screen or something. I don't know. I don't know. Does it excite you to see a Supergirl Puppy Bowl commercial?
No, I mean I don't watch the Puppy Bowl. That's the thing. I don't know. Like I'm sure it's for a good cause. I can't. I like dogs. Can't be mad at dogs. This isn't their fault. But
This isn't their fault.
they're just trying to raise awareness for shelter dogs, which is cool. I like it. You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
cool. The part of me that likes movie trailers and things like that, tying it to something that people don't really. I want to see people don't watch it. I know it's probably just tied to its Big Brother, fucking the Super Bowl, but I don't think anybody really watches it. And I mean, I'm sure it's cute. I mean, we watched it. We thought that shit was pretty cute, like the way they were playing with the ball and stuff. So I mean, it's fine. I just don't think trailers or anything like that should be tied to it.
I mean, if they have animals, I understand. I get it, but I mean, you can't be like, "Oh, there's gonna be a teaser in Puppy Bowl and it's just crypto running across the screen." You know what I mean? Like that to me is lazy in a way.
Right.
So to me, like you have to, like you should put down like a clip, do something where it's like, okay, well, here's a new snippet. Be excited for my movie, but instead we just get crypto again. I don't know. A Puppy Bowl is not my forte. And let's just be honest, the Puppy Bowl didn't do anything for the movie. It didn't do anything for the movie. So much so that the internet has been going crazy about how much the movie didn't do. And one of our higher ranked Netflix officials decided to come out and basically say that this past week. So check out the Puppy Bowl commercial. Check out the Puppy Bowl this today on or well, let us know if you checked out the Puppy Bowl because by the time you hear this, it'll be past it. But let us know if you're excited for that. We'll probably react to it when we record tomorrow, and
Right.
we'll see if it was anything worth seeing. But one person that decided to come out and say, "Hey, Superman didn't do too well," or at least that's where a lot of people are taking it on Twitter, right? Was Ted Sarandos as he went up in front of Congress and was basically hammered with questions turning entertainment into politics. I mean, Ted Cruz was really hammering this guy in for woke films and stuff like that. I don't know. That's something for a different conversation. But one thing that, film Twitter decided to pick up on was the way that Ted Sarandos kind of kind of talked about the 45-day window. So he says a 40 we talked about this before. He said that he's going to keep that 45-day window for, movie theaters and whatnot. I said, yeah, 45-day window, but he saw how people are like tweaking the little windows and stuff like that. If a movie doesn't do too well, they kind of put it on streaming a little bit sooner. Whereas if it does really well, like, different movies
Right.
that, are monumental blockbusters, they get re-released into theaters or they'll get a longer window or something may happen. A lot of people held on to this clip because out of Ted Sarando's mouth, it sounds like he said Superman did not do too well. Let's check out this clip and you can let me know what you make out of it.
All right.
A direct question then, will this be a fully exclusive 45-day theatrical window?
Fully exclusive to theaters, yes.
And will this be self-enforced? In other words, if you fall short of that?
That is the industry. It is the industry standard for self-enforcement. However, routinely, movies that underperform, the window moves a little bit. And Superman was a little shorter window, and Sinners was a little longer window, but they still could refer to it as a 45-day window.
And so
I don't know. So
So,
this is what they were talking about. Okay.
so Ted Sarandos came out and basically said himself, a 45-day window, but movies like Superman had a smaller window, whereas Sinners had a longer window. And obviously he compared those two because Sinners did have an IMAX release, and then on top of that, had another IMAX re-release because a lot of people were just like, "Hey, I missed it in IMAX. We wanted to see it again." Sold out tickets.
Right.
Sinners did amazing. Superman, though, on the other hand, um, people weren't really selling them out. If anything, it was making money, but it just wasn't making the money that people were hoping Superman was gonna do. Fell short of the 670 mil that Man is still kind of laid out before him, and it is what it is. It just made not that much money, and the window had to be closed. Now James Gunn did come out and was like, "Well, we're actually putting on digital because Peacemaker, and there's stuff in Peacemaker that people need to see because Superman and Peacemaker is connected, right?" So
Right.
he made his excuse and said, "Oh no, it is profitable." Like he went on Twitter and he was really really coping. Ted Sarandos basically came out and shut all that shit down. He said Superman had a shorter window, it went on digital faster, and that we know why. It wasn't making as much money. That ain't some guy on Twitter. That's not some guy on a mic on a podcast called the Film Bros, thinking about it. This is Ted Sarandos, the man who's buying the company, who came out and basically said Superman was not that big, so we had to shorten the window.
Right. In front
I'm
of
just saying.
the committee
Just saying.
or Congress, whatever.
In front of, yeah, and under oath. Look at that.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen this. I think this is what people were talking about a couple days ago, and I was just wondering why else would he say that? He could have said anything else. You know what I mean? He could have said Minecraft. He could have said what was a movie that bombed for WB last year? I can't remember what
Well,
it was called.
Minecraft was a smash though.
No, but like success wise, like Mickey 17, they could have said Mickey
Mm.
17.
He could have said Mickey 17.
But no, they said Superman. So he recognizes that movie, although did good, wasn't a slam dunk. It wasn't a home run. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like I can, like you know what I'm saying? Like it was
Yeah.
okay. He was like we made some money, but it wasn't the money we were expecting to make.
Yeah.
James
Mhm.
Gunn was like, we gonna make billions. We gonna get there. It's gonna be a box office hit. It's gonna be a smash. It's not. It wasn't. So yeah, he's right. Movies that don't perform well in this day and age get shipped to streaming now, and that's kind of where we're at. Sinners ran circles around Superman if that's the competition. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He's IMAX release in the movies for
K-pop
like
Demon Hunters.
K-pop Demon Hunters. He had faith in that one. Gave
Mhm.
it 2 times the release.
Mhm.
Minecraft got it released again because of the whole like go rowdy version or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
Superman just wasn't the hit, so people can cope as much as they want, but we got the proof here now that this wasn't the smash hit that they were talking about.
Like, yeah, even the girl back here, she's like, Superman did not do well. She's in the background. She's like, no, hell
She's
no.
just like,
Uh,
write that down. He said it on
yeah,
their
right
own.
there. Yeah, Superman, smaller window. Yeah, no. So yeah, in front of a committee, this is something that was kind of laid out, and got a lot of people talking. I mean, people were saying like, oh, well, like you said, Minecraft got out in like 35 or 38 days or something like that. But in the middle of all that, like you said, they did do a rowdy version and stuff like that. They basically drained all the fun as they could, right?
Right.
Barbie and Oppenheimer, they took that football and they ran for the hills. Right now, we're going to be getting that Doomsday pretty soon, and we're going to see that people are going to really, gravitate and make big movies out of what deserves to be a big movie. Sinners was a movie that deserves to be a big movie, regardless. I mean, two Michael B. Jordan's vampires killing. I mean, the show was gonna make money, right?
Right.
Made more money than what it was expected. Obviously, it didn't do like 600, but I mean, if you look at the comparables, Superman did do more, but with the money that Sinners brought in, or what Sinners' production budget was, and how much money it was making, it obviously was profitable. How much Superman was, which the number fluctuates. Some people say it was 200 million, and it goes all the way up to 280 million, right? So that it fluctuates, and it only made 600 back.
Right.
Obviously, the Superman movie took more money and needed to make more money. It just didn't do it. So, I mean, financials are there. I mean, you could try to lie to us, James Gunn, but like I said, in front of a committee, somebody, Ted Sarandos basically said it wasn't as profitable as it should have been. So, not saying that it wasn't profitable. Okay, let's just clear that up. Maybe it made a few bucks on the side,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't. It wasn't the smash hit that people were thinking it was supposed to be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
It wasn't what they were expecting. Yeah.
yeah, and now we're getting another same play routine with Supergirl, and we're gonna have to see if that same play makes a different outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. We'll have to wait and see.
Probably
We'll
not.
have to wait and see. Let us know what you guys think, though. Tessa Rando's in front of a committee saying Superman was not as profitable. Obviously, this was just a conversation to get Warner Brothers and Netflix to merger to happen. He's trying to testify, saying that it's not going to be unfair competition when they get more movies. I think even there was a clip out there that even said like, Netflix and HBO Max subscribers are the same for like 80%, and that they'll be able to give you more value once they merge together because it'll be one subscription instead of two. So I mean, he's really trying to fight for this merger, and if it happens, I mean, at this point, it sounds like Paramount's kind of out of the race. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. They're looking to close by April, especially with an all cash offer. So we'll have to wait and see. But one person that still is kind of opposed to it is Christopher Nolan himself. We've been waiting for the man, the myth, the legend to come out and speak on this whole Warner Brothers Netflix merger. Directors Guild president, okay? Directors Guild president Christopher Nolan, put some respect on his name. The Odyssey himself, the man, the myth, the legend, like I said. He did have some words for the whole Netflix merger. He says here, um, he says that we have a very, very significant concerns about how this is all going to happen. Nolan said in his first interview. He says, I think it's a very worrying time for the industry. The loss of a major studio is a huge blow. He does say that what do you call it, that jobs, AI, and healthcare, they're all dropping, and occasional, frankly, into a sentence of significant a signal a sentence to signal a point of conflict. He says here we need to look at how the new models have created the disconnect between, frankly, the level of production and overall spending from the consumer. That's completely unacceptable. So he's saying like how AI is coming into play on top of that with this merger. He calls it the loss of a major blow, the loss of a major studio. So I mean, him himself is coming out and basically coming out saying it's doom and gloom when it comes down to Netflix buying Warner Brothers,
Right.
that they're losing a major studio to what I'm assuming he's talking about is streaming. And streaming it has shown to be, in my opinion, a way to give people, and Tessa Randall says this a lot too. It's content, right? It's content for a lot of people. He did say this in front of the committee. Like I said, there's a clip with Ted Cruz where he's hammering him in, and he says he doesn't make content for this side or this side. He makes content for everybody. Um, and that's the red flag for me is that he's not making films, he's making content, right?
Right.
And I think that's what Christopher Nolan kind of notices as well, that these aren't like major films. That's why he wouldn't go work with Netflix. I don't think he'll ever work for Warner Brothers ever again. Now that they are working with Netflix, unless something happens and he needs a quick buck, maybe he'll do it.
Mm.
But he sees it strictly, in my opinion, I think he sees it strictly as content and not as films are supposed to be made.
Exactly. So someone like Christopher Nolan is gonna understand, and I know a handful of actors were also worried about it. But are they worried about how films are being made, or are they caring about how the numbers are gonna reflect their pay? Like, is Netflix gonna be able to offer these people 500 mil, per movie, whatever? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Studios have been handing out fat checks lately. Are they gonna have to adjust for this kind of work? You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I, he has a right to be very bothered by this. I think everybody does. Everybody in the industry at least should be
Hmm.
worried.
And this ain't the only front that he needs to worry about too. Obviously, we have the front where, President Trump himself was saying that, tariffs are going to be put on filmmaking overseas. And we all know the Odyssey was kind of made overseas. And, how is that going to affect money wise and stuff? I think that's another thing that he's kind of bringing up as well. Obviously the tariff thing. AI is kind of like a big thing that, that they had to fight for back in 2023,
Right.
the SAG strike and whatnot. So I mean, he's kind of fighting all kinds of battles as being like the president of all of this stuff. But I do think that, it's kind of a monumental loss to have Warner Brothers basically go with Netflix. Even though they are saying they're gonna keep the team and blah 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 blah, they're gonna keep jobs and stuff. It's just jobs are gonna be lost, and that that same team is gonna be folded into a Netflix division pretty soon. So
Hmm.
unfortunately, I mean it's just something that happens down the road.
Right. They're gonna have to conform to Netflix's place. And what, are they gonna build more rooms? No, they're probably gonna end up cutting people that they don't
Hmm.
know and having the people that they do know working in those rooms.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Netflix is gonna get it. I mean, better than I guess since Paramount's finally done. You know what I mean? We could finally just
They
be
just
like, all
refuse to
right,
want to up their ante. That's it.
yeah. Netflix is just gonna like have everybody morph into it, and as companies do when they morph, they're gonna shove out the people they don't know.
It'll happen. So, I mean, that's something that Christopher Nolan had it to say himself. I mean, this is something that, we kind of said ourselves, like, this is kind of big. Netflix kind of taking it, like you said, jobs are going to be lost. I mean, man, we might keep the same team for a little bit, but eventually, that 45-day window is going to close too, right? It's not going to be the same. So, hopefully, box office still. I know that's what kind of Christopher Nolan is worried about. Obviously, box office and what's going to happen to the movie theaters in general, and that's something that we've been talking about as well, especially with like quote unquote content kind of being the dominant form of viewing. A lot of people just put on Netflix. I mean, Netflix, as long as Netflix gets numbers, they're going to think that that's the way to go, right?
Hmm.
So if they put out movies that people can just hear the plot 15 times as they're doing dishes and stuff like that instead of sitting down and watching it, then that's unfortunately what the filmmaking is going to look like when it comes down to HBO and stuff like that later on down the road. I don't want
Right.
that to happen, but it happens. I mean, look at what happened with 20th Century Fox. Yeah, we're going to put movies out and eventually just what happened to Century Fox or Century Studios.
Right. At that point, it's like all they're really putting out on their end is alien movies, alien and predator movies.
And they barely started doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when it comes down to this whole merger thing. Will it still happen? I mean, it seems like it's getting pretty serious, so we'll have an answer by April in a couple of months. We'll have to wait and see. Let us know what you guys think. Christopher Nolan coming out to defend the DGA, the SAG, basically everybody in Hollywood. because they all are hitting the panic button with Netflix buying Warner Brothers, which
Right.
is still a crazy feat. You got to understand, like, if you would have told me Netflix would have bought Warner Brothers back in like 2013, I would have said you're crazy. They would never,
Like,
they would never even lie in the same bed and look at them
right. It's
snuggled
just like
up.
shut up, man. I'm trying to mourn Blockbuster over here.
Right, right. I'm not over it. I'm still not over it. I'm hoping, they make a comeback one day. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Let us know what you guys think. Moving on, Josh, it's happening. Not only is Kathleen Kennedy leaving Disney Lucasfilm, but Bob Iger himself is now leaving as well after leaving for a brief moment, and Bob Chapek basically taking over, I believe, from 2020 to 2022. They said, "Oh shit, we really fucked up," and Bob Iger decided to take a short-term contract to basically run Disney a little bit longer. Obviously, we did have some directives from him saying that we're gonna cut back on IPs and we're just gonna do a couple more. Supposedly not do needless sequels, but then we got a few needless sequels in the roster, right? We got like a Toy Story 5 coming out. We got Frozen 3, possibly a 4. We're getting a live action one. Live action Moana is happening already. I mean, Bob Iger basically came back in after Bob Chapek and started greenlighting and seeing what people really want, right? But like I said, it was a short-term thing. I didn't think that he was going to be there for a very long time, and it shows that he's not. Josh the Amaro is going to be the head, and I'm sorry, he just has a creepy face and smile. He doesn't have a warm Bob Iger look to him. I feel like Bob Iger has like that like friendly look to the public. This
Right.
he looks like he did a bump before this picture. I am so sorry, sir. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mr. Demaro. Please make us some good content. But yeah, this is basically who's going to be taking over as our new head of Disney. He's going to be our new Bob Iger, and somebody taking his place, and he was one of the CEOs, will be somebody else he was basically in the running for, and that's Dana Walden. She will be one of the executives on Disney's board, and then he's moving up to Bob Iger's position. I know this is one of those boring subjects, but we always talk about new leadership, and I like to just kind of put a little flag point on what the new leadership is
Mm.
kind of walking in on, and then see how it changes down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we know who to blame. So if things go wrong, if they decide to green light 6 more fucking Toy Stories, we know
We say,
exactly who to
when did
blame.
when did all this shit start going downhill? Oh yeah, when Josh Tomorrow decided to take over the reins,
Yeah.
right?
February 8th. 2026. That's when the apocalypse happens for Disney. You know what I mean? That just in case that happens, we know who to blame. We know who to
In
talk
case it
about.
does happen, if it changes up, then we know it was the day that Bob Iger walked away, and we finally started getting a lot more Disney
I
Disney
know,
things.
crazy, crazy. He was just like, "Hey, man, I've only been here for 2 years. It's time to go."
But he was there a lot longer though. I mean, he's the one who basically bought what Lucasfilm and Century Studios. He was the one that basically ushered in that era. So
Yeah, but then
he
he
was the
gave us
one who
Toy
was.
Story 5.
So I mean, it's like Kevin Feige, they were very strong in the beginning, and just at one point you got to walk away with some chips in your pocket, right?
At one point. At one point, sure.
Yeah. So new leadership, like I said, not much to talk about. This will be our new leadership when it comes to Disney. So depending on what happens now, we'll listen to whenever he puts out a new directive and what he thinks would make the company blossom for the most part. I know when Bob Chapek was there, he was more of a Disney parks guy. He knew what to do with like Disney parks. He was very much into all that. I think he was running a Disney park at one time. So he went from that to uh, basically taking over Bob Iger's spot. It didn't sound like a good fit. I mean, Josh Tomorrow, like I said, as creepy as he looks, I'm trying not to look at him too much. He seems like he's been kind of like in deep with Disney and some of the decisions. So we might be getting something good out of this. Who knows?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Potentially. I don't know.
Hmm.
We can't wait to see what he does as
Yeah, we'll
the
have to
new
wait
head
and
of
see.
Disney.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let us know what you guys think. Somebody who's not leaving, though, according to reports, is Kevin Feige. Even though a lot of people are saying that he's not producing what he used to do, and that's that Deadpool creator that I'm kind of quoting right now. I even say, hey, it seems like he's kind of out of gas, but according to insiders, apparently they are intending to keep him. He's not he's not leaving anywhere. He's obviously been around with Marvel since the early 2000s, making, Blade and the first X-Men and all that stuff. Now he's focused heavily on bringing back the X-Men to the limelight. So it sounds like they couldn't find anybody else to basically do that, and they're gonna keep Kevin Feige on. And he said, "Hey, I think I can do it." So we might be seeing Feige around for some more years, where there's change-ups in Lucasfilm and there's change-ups in the head of Disney. It looks like the Marvel side is gonna stay with its leader. So
I mean, yeah, he's been doing it for so long, and a couple blemishes on his record don't hold a
couple
comparison that
blemishes. You
to
got
everything
Echo.
to
You
everything that he's
got
done. He did a
you,
lot. He did a lot
I'm
from the
not done. I'm
2000s to
not
now.
done.
He did a lot.
You got Brave New World. Okay. You got. I mean, Loki kind of passed the vibe check a little bit,
No,
but not
no,
too
no!
much.
Stop throwing in Loki with these shows.
Um,
You can't talk about Loki the way you talk about Echo. That's not fair. Loki was great. I
Hawkeye.
can't let you get
You
away
got
with that. Okay,
Hawkeye. That
Hawkeye.
was
We
another
we
one.
back at three. Hawkeye makes sense. All right.
Um, what's another one? I mean, Daredevil Born Again could have been better.
Okay, I'll give you. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Multiverse of Madness,
Multiverse of Madness wasn't bad. It's not as
Black
bad as
Panther
Echo.
2. Look,
I'll give you Black Panther
look,
too.
we got to be honest. We got to be honest too. We got to be honest. I mean, they should have recasted, right?
Yeah, I agree. That's why I give you that
His
one.
his
I give you
decision
Black
not
Panther
to
too.
recast is kind of like a big decision that kind of affected the film. So I mean, like I said, there's some decisions out there that I feel like he made in the recent years after Endgame that just, I mean, you could blame it on the whole. Oh, he was stretched thin, he had to make a lot of content for Disney Plus and all that stuff. That, a lot, there was all those reports saying like there would be times where he come in towards the tail end, kind of give notes and then walk out, kind of thing. So it wasn't really, he wasn't too involved in a lot of those things. I can kind of give him that pass. But still, I mean, he's the guy in charge. If he can't keep up, what's happening? That means that he's getting gassed out, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the peak would have been Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, all those, and he nailed every single one of them. Yeah, you could say like Captain Marvel was like the start of the slump or whatever, and yeah, it only made money because it was in between two important movies, whatever, blah blah blah, but it still made money, and I still say like that was part of something that, if it's a commodity and people go and buy it, I don't see it as a bad thing if people go and buy it. But Captain Marvel 2 did not make any money. None of the movies recently made money. Um, Fantastic Four, as much buildup as that had, I mean, it wasn't as great as it was supposed to be. Same thing with Thunderbolts. It was good, but it wasn't as great as the heights that we were hoping that it was gonna take Marvel to again. And now we're at the point where, you know, a new year. Apparently, he's not going anywhere. I mean, we had somebody who was kind of reviving the X-Men through X-Men 97, and he was kind of canned. I mean, it's still up in the air why it happened. But yeah, I don't know. Fahi staying, is it good? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see with Doomsday and all that stuff coming up, because this was a great pivot. But I don't know. I was hoping that at one point he was going to be bowing down and, getting a successor, kind of like what happened with Dave Filoni. I mean, eventually you want to hear that there's a protege that's going to continue the work, right? I know James Cameron wants to hang up Avatar and he wants to be able to teach somebody how to do it one of these days, hopefully for cheaper as well. But I mean, he's not going to step down until he can fully feel that somebody else is going to take over. And I feel like either Fahi's at a point where he honestly does not feel anybody else can do it, and he's the only one that can, and we're gonna get a bunch of shit products and good ones, depending on the hit and misses in his mind at this point in time, because obviously he's been doing Marvel since the early 2000s.
Right.
It's 2026. Or, I mean, we're just gonna get a bunch of shit products and not a protege that he trained, and we're just gonna get more shit products because we're gonna get more people who are gonna try to nail it, but they can't nail it, right? So I don't know.
Right. It's gonna be a lot of like who can take him up, and probably like nobody. They probably don't have anybody. You would usually hear somebody. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
somebody under his wing. But no, I guess we're gonna have him around for another 5, 10 years.
Hmm.
It's not bad. It's
Hmm.
not bad. Hopefully, the MCU looks up after that, and comic book movies don't die. Otherwise, I think he'd be out of a job. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, we can keep going.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it just doesn't. I mean, him out of the job. I don't. If it turns out that he can't produce, then I understand. But for the most part, we don't want him out of the job. We just want him to produce better movies when it
Right.
comes down to Marvel. And I
Right.
think him coming out and praising Superman, either it's a ploy and he's trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, James Gunn, you're doing really good, and he's doing something different, or he really thinks that that's something good, and that worries me, right? Like you don't
Yeah, yeah.
want
That is terrible.
anybody that comes out and defends Superman is like, well,
We don't want them to be the blueprint of anything. All right.
right,
That's not gonna
right.
happen. It's not gonna
Right.
happen.
That's not what we want. That's not what we want. So let us know what you guys think. Another year full of Fahi. We like I said, we are getting Doomsday this year. We're
Doomsday.
gonna get Dune 3, and we're also gonna get Doomsday coming out, which is supposed to be the big pivot, the big oh my gosh, we fixed Marvel, and it's supposed to be that, oh, we're back, we're so back. And if Doomsday does hit it, if it does hit it where it needs to be, then I will say that we're back. But for the most part, we have an uphill climb to do, right? And Fahi is going to be the leader of that moving forward. Let us know what you guys think. Moving on, Pirates of the Caribbean reboot is apparently still happening. According to insiders, the In Snyder himself, apparently it's still happening. There will be a reboot. No word on a full-on movie yet. They do have a script writer, Jeff Nathanson, who's gonna be reviving a new Pirates of the Caribbean, hopefully with Johnny Depp. If he likes the script, he will be on. They do want to kind of pivot from Johnny Depp to his son as well, so they kind of want Johnny Depp to make a cameo in Margot Robbie's reboot of the Pirates of the Caribbean. But money talks, and we don't even know if Johnny Depp got a big check worthy enough for him to even return to Disney just yet. So they're making, like we talked about it before, Disney was making a couple of scripts, some with Jack Sparrow, some without Jack Sparrow, depending on if he's on board. But they do kind of want to write him in not only into his reboot, hopefully kind of passing the torch on to what would be his kid, but also in the remake slash reboot Margot Robbie's Pirates of the Caribbean. They kind of want him to make a cameo in there as well.
Right.
So they're developing two different types of Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah. Something that could be after the fourth, which is just like, oh hey, we're still after the Fountain of Youth thing. We're still here. Whatever. And then one with Margot Robbie that's supposed to carry the franchise because they know eventually Jack Sparrow gonna have to step out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I
And I
get
mean, potentially having his son take the lead too. So I mean, if there's a Johnny Depp clone that can possibly pass on the torch to,
oof.
there you go.
Yeah, no. Good luck to whoever step into the shoes of that man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can call him whatever he wants. They can call him an addict. They can call him an abuser. They can call him whatever they want. But he was a phenomenal actor, and yeah, no, Jack Sparrow was one of his greatest roles. So whoever
Like
stepping,
RDJ is to Iron Man, Jack Sparrow is
Johnny Depp,
Johnny Depp. Yeah.
whoever they gonna get to play his son, good luck. I expect the same whimsy, the same like mannerisms, things like that. I don't know. I don't know who I see it playing as him, but they gonna
Well, I
have a
mean, if he
tough
has a
time.
blood son, maybe it'll work because let's just be honest. In Pirates, what was it Pirates 3 when his dad made a little cameo? He really
Right.
seemed like he seemed like Jack's pirate daddy. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember that? So
Yeah.
maybe Pirates is in the bloodline. Who knows?
Maybe. Who knows? We're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, we have nothing concrete yet. I'm just hoping we get another one soon.
With with Johnny Depp in it though.
Right, right, right,
Like that
right.
has to be a must, right? Like we don't want
Absolutely.
no Hobbs and Shaw shit, right? We don't want no um, Orlando Bloom and just Kate Knightley, kind of going
That's
on
what's
their own
up.
adventures. We need Jack Sparrow in there, right? He was kind of, I think that's what they tried to do with the first one, and Jack Sparrow just kind of stole the show, and everybody just kind of went with him. So I mean, that it is what it is, right?
Right.
But yeah, two different. Here's my problem, and I'm kind of excited for this. If Johnny Depp comes back, and if if they write him a check for it, my thing is that they're trying to make it seems like they're going full blown, full court press, if you will. Like they want to make this a full blown Marvel franchise. They want spin-offs, they want the whole shebang when it comes down to this whole Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Hope maybe there's a Pirates of the Caribbean Endgame at one point that they're
That's
kind of
crazy.
planning out at this point. I don't know if I want a MCU style Pirates saga. You know what I mean? I feel like every single one of these, for what it's worth, I know a lot of people don't like the last two, but I felt like they were just random pirate tales. You know what I mean? Like, you defeat a pirate tale and you kind of keep going, right? You had Davy Jones, you had the Captain of the Black Pearl, Barbosa, and then you wound up going to what is it, Blackbeard, right? Which is
Right.
another mythical pirate, and then you had Ponce de Leon. I think he was the last one, right? Or what? Not Ponce de Leon. It was what was the last guy? The fifth one.
I can't remember his name.
I forget, I can't remember his name, but I know it was that one actor, so it's pretty
Right.
cool. But yeah, that I mean they always just felt like pirate tales that you were kind of telling through Jack Sparrow's lens, right? And that was fun. That was fun. Like I said, I know the last two didn't really nail the audience or really excite them too much, but they were still fun little pirate tales for me. So that's kind of like what I'm worried with them kind of full court pressing this franchise.
Yeah, no, I don't think we need a full MCU thing. We do need a good handling of passing the torch. So, if it gets us there, I'm cool with it. But if it doesn't stick the landing and breaks its legs on impact, that's fine too. I'm fine
Son of a
watching the
bitch.
same ones over and over.
We just need a new Pirates movie, right?
Exactly.
Hopefully it's good. Hopefully Johnny Depp's in there. If not, hopefully we get somebody who can kind of fill up those shoes because those are, let's just be honest, those are big shoes to fill. Those are humongous shoes to fill. But we'll have to wait and see. Couple of remakes, couple of remakes, couple of reboots. I mean, it's another year at Disney, right? Another year. Let us know what you guys think, Josh. Predator Badlands revival director, Predator revivalist himself, Dan Trachtenberg decided to sign a first look deal when it comes to Paramount. He has a 3 year first look deal. Paramount decided to recruit instead of get a bunch of property with WB, unfortunately. We do know that they've been signing first look deals with a bunch of creators. They've been really trying to do as much as they trying to do as much as they can. But will it be enough? Will it be enough? Now, I don't know how this is going to affect the Predator franchise. I mean, he's been basically knee deep in there, and I don't know if Disney couldn't make him an offer like what Paramount is basically offering him, but Paramount Skydance, they said, "Hey, we need the guy who made the Predators movies," and they, I have a feeling he's gonna be the guy to revitalize the turtles. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to bring up too. Apparently, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they wanted Michael Bay to reboot the franchise,
It's
but the
crazy.
Disney exec said they want a different they have a different vision for the movie, so they they canceled talks with them. So he's not directing a
That's messed
Pirates
up.
movie. Hmm.
A pirates movie with Michael Bay sounds kind of crazy.
Imagine the explosions that would happen on a boat. I'm just saying.
It's just gonna be
But
like
yeah,
yar, the ship
right.
blows up like.
Where did you get that fucking nine? This is a Pirates movie.
Yeah.
There's
Oh
drone
my
shots.
gosh.
How is there drone shots in a pirate movie? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, he was one of them. But just to kind of go back to that. But yeah, here
That's crazy.
Dan Trachtenberg, obviously, like I said, he did bring up the Predators franchise back to life after being dormant after so many years, and now he's just. I don't think he's jumping ship, but he's lending all his first thoughts to Paramount for the next 3 years.
Well, that's cool. Hopefully that this doesn't stop him from making fucking Predator movies, Predator and Alien movies. Like I hope if these are new ideas and IPs that he has, he could take them over there. But he still has the back door working with Disney or Fox anyway.
Hmm.
So that I mean, I hope good for him. It's good to see that he's thriving because of Badlands. That's cool.
But I think he is going to be the Turtle franchise revitalizer. I think they're going to have him
Probably.
bring back TMNT. I'm trying to think of what other IP they might want him for, but I kind of feel like he might be perfect for Turtles.
I can get behind that. Yeah, that sounds
You
about
get
right.
behind a Dan Trachtenberg TMNT movie.
Yeah, I don't see why not. He does pretty good. He does pretty good stuff. So
What do you think about Paramount recruiting now that WB? I mean, obviously we've been hearing that they've been recruiting for a few months now. Well,
right, they got
hi, good morning. Go with mommy. Go with mommy. Take a diaper to mommy. Go, 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 go. Love you. Bye. All right, close the door. Bye. Love you. Go with mommy. He said, "Shh, be quiet." All right, go ahead. One, two, three, go.
Okay, I think that they're trying to get enough people to rival like WB and all that stuff. And yeah, they lost the battle, tucked the tail between their legs, they walked away. But that does not stop Paramount from being the powerhouse that it is. I do think the Oscar nomination this year, I hope, or the Golden Globes nomination this year, woke they ass up and was like, hey, we got no nominations. We got to hit big. We can't just rely on Tom Cruise. We can't just rely on Glenn Powell. We got to get real people in here.
Yeah.
So they're looking around. They're trying to do the best they can to rival what could potentially be either really good WB X Netflix Love Baby or an abomination that's gonna ruin the industry. So they're gonna have
Mm.
to just work that magic.
Hey, hey. They could be getting a leg up on the next sale because apparently Paramount or WB is getting passed around a fuck ton. So let's just be honest. But yeah, that them putting out bulletins, basically recruiting people, the same thing. I kind of just see it as they just need some kind of power behind them, and this is the little bit of power that they could put behind their punch. And I mean, if it works out for them, congrats. It's just more of a will it work? Will it work? We'll have to wait and see. But I mean, it's good to see that they're finding different plans instead of just relying 110% on WB. So,
Right.
but let us know what you guys think. This is a developing story. Like I said, I'm thinking TMNT, but we'll have to wait and see if it happens. Maybe he brings back the Transformers franchise. I don't know. After the last
Oh,
one,
maybe, yeah, maybe. Honestly,
maybe
who
could
knows?
we
Who's why not? Why not? You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. He reboots Mission Impossible would be crazy. And they're like, yeah, Ethan, our new Ethan Hunt is gonna be Tom Cruise. No, it's gonna be. He's just coming back. He's rebooting his own franchise. Let us know what you guys think, though. Moving on. Apparently, something that is happening, which we thought wasn't happening, but it is gonna happen. Paramount said, "Hey, we are gonna make Rush Hour 4," and then at one point they were like, "Well, you know what? We're not making Rush Hour 4. Apparently, Rush Hour 4 is happening, and apparently it's because President Trump doesn't want to let this franchise go. It was slow in the works. A lot of people were like, "Is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen?" I know Chris Tucker kind of came out and was like, "It's probably gonna happen." He was kind of named in those files, those Epstein files, so that's kind of something, a road bump that they're gonna have to hurdle when these movies come out. Another one that's gonna have to be hurdled is Brett Ratner coming back to Hollywood after his hiatus and obviously the Me Too movement that put him on his ass. Um, yeah, apparently it's happening. Apparently it is happening, and production is looking to start probably mid to late 2026. And yeah, Rush Hour 4, we're getting a Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker team up that should have happened years ago, but it's gonna happen now just because our president really wants it to.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if we got it in us like that for another one. Let alone with how they are in age and all that stuff. I mean, Jackie Chan was barely moving in Karate Kid, so we, I don't know. We might be past these two. Like not as like cultural icons or actors or anything like that, but like as movie lead men.
I mean, I've seen some of Jackie Chan's straight to streaming movies, and I mean, let's just be honest, Jackie has lost a good chunk of momentum, unfortunately. It's just, he's an older man. Chris Tucker's an older man. I mean, if Rush Hour 4 was going to happen, it should have happened probably like
10 years ago.
latest is 2016. That should have been like the last Rush Hour movie that should have been
Right.
made. But now we're in 2026, 10 years later from the date I just say, or the year I just said, and it's not, no, it's too late. It's too late,
It is too
unfortunately.
late.
Like,
Why they hung up on this, I don't know, but just leave the three alone. Just it's okay. It's okay. We
I
got
mean,
a three. We're good.
could they do the raunchy comedy? Yeah. I mean, it seems like raunchy comedy is kind of making a comeback nowadays. But it's I mean, you can't sit on the sidelines and wait for your type of comedy to come back. You gotta proactively be out there spreading the word. I mean, if they would have made a Rush Hour 4, like I said in 2016, at the height of everything that was happening, it would have been look like the lost gem that it could have been, right? But now it's
Right.
just like, this gem could stay hidden at this point. It's an old gem. I mean, gems don't really rust, right? But at
Right.
this point, I think
It's just not a good look, man. It's just not a good
human
look.
gems are different. Human gems age, right? It is what it is. But apparently, it is happening. I had to come back to basically, we went from it's happening to it's not happening now. Apparently, it really is happening. So
Oh, well,
production's gearing up.
like good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck. Good luck to whoever got it. Good luck.
But let us know what you guys think. Are you guys waiting for Rush Hour 4? Is this something that you guys were expecting in 2026 to be made? Let us know you guys' thoughts. I think our president has a little too much of a hold on things, and for him to be able to greenlight a whole Rush Hour 4, yeah, you gotta wonder where the priorities are, right? You gotta wonder sometimes. So let us know what you guys think. Moving on though, we have two streaming trailers, one from Hulu, called In the Blink of an Eye, and the next one is gonna be from Netflix. We'll watch from it's a blink of an eye. Andrew Stanton, the director of Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, basically the Toy Stories, is coming to direct the live action film. It's about what it sounds like. It's about three different timelines that basically are conveying different sounds like the same idea, but possibly the same thing. Sounds like a Mr. Nobody, but
Right.
directed by Andrew Stanton, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll have to wait and see. But let's check out the trailer and we'll make a decision on what we think.
All right.
Life seems so improbable. And then it all makes sense looking back. It's just you and me, buddy.
My research is kind of a big deal. We could find out where we come from. We could live longer.
Good morning, Coakley.
Good morning, Roscoe.
Are we there yet?
We reached a new planet in 26 years.
Won't that be nice, huh?
Why?
Our old home was dying, and now we're making a new home.
I guess that's just the nature of life, right? Finding each other. Making little people. Watching them grow.
It's how we were made. We survived.
I can't love someone this much. It's too painful.
What?
You love me? Since when?
I just told you I'm in pain.
That is so you. I love you too.
Everyone that was there before you never really go away. And what a beautiful thing.
Yeah, in a blink of an eye.
That looked pretty good.
It looks good. Yeah,
I
February
kind of
27th.
enjoyed that. That looked pretty nice.
It's coming out pretty soon, by the end of the month.
Yeah. Not
Not too
bad.
bad.
Not bad. I like that. That was pretty nice. I like that.
Yeah, see, Hulu puts out quality. I know we're gonna go to a Netflix film next, so I mean, we'll have to wait and see what it. I mean, I'm happy for the actors in this next one, but I mean, to be honest, the lead actress in this one, I mean, what was her name? What's her name? What's her name? Kate McKinnon. It's hard to take her seriously, so to kind of see her in this one, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, she's the blonde one, right? The one that
Yeah.
was in
She's on
the
the
Roses.
SNL. I mean,
Yeah, she was
Oh,
in
she
the
was in Roses.
Roses,
Yeah,
and
she
she
was
was
the wife in Roses. Yeah,
yeah, with what's his name?
Andy
The
Samberg.
Andy Samberg. Fucking yeah, she had me laughing the whole time. So I don't know how she gonna do in a serious role, but we just gonna have to wait.
It looks really cool. And then yeah, like I said, it's supposed to teach you a lesson about like humanity and stuff like that, which you're really getting out of the trailer. Three different time eras, past, present, future. Looks pretty good. No, it's
Yeah,
bad.
that looked really good.
Wasting his time on Toy Story instead of fucking making quality movies. This man is. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
fucking crazy. Fuck, man, dad, fucking bitch. No.
Andrew Stanton. Let us know what you guys think. Moving on, Josh. Netflix has decided to say, hey, we'll do it ourselves. They said we're making a War Machine movie. We're tired of waiting we're tired of waiting for what's his name? Don Cheadle to come out with a War Machine movie. We're making our own. Alan Richson is starring in Netflix's War Machine movie. Don't know what it's about, but we could check out the trailer. Alan Rickson, I mean, I love him. I seen him in that recent movie on Amazon with Kevin James, and let's just say stinker. Let's just say stinker.
Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully Netflix got it like that for him
Yeah,
at
you
least.
think Netflix will whip him into shape? We'll
Maybe.
have to wait and see. I mean, they make action stars. Let's just be honest. Chris Hemsworth with Extraction. I wonder why they're taking so long for a third part. But I mean, action movies seem to be a forte for Netflix. Which let's just be honest, it doesn't take a lot of writing to make an action movie, but just takes really good action, a good director, and possibly like a good star that could sell it. And I think Alan Rickson has it in him to sell what looks like to be a war movie.
Right.
Let's check it out though.
Son, you're one of the most promising candidates we've ever seen.
But why are you here? I just want to get across that finish line, Sergeant Major.
Rangers are the spearhead of the United States Army. Do you understand me? Yes, sir, Sergeant!
Hey, slow down, Superman. Making the rest of us look bad.
You can expect your emotional, physical, and mental strength to be pushed to the limit.
Keep your eyes open.
This company's going haywire.
What the hell is that?
Whatever that thing is, it's hunting us. And it won't stop. No comms, no flares, no firearms. We need to move. It's not about us anymore. It's warning everybody that thing's coming.
Rangers, lead the way!
You gotta be shitting me.
Wow, they are really stretching that VFX budget, aren't they? Holy shit. They are balls to the wall with this with this movie. Oh my God. It seems cool. It just like a lot of explosions and stuff, a lot of CGI, and Netflix with CGI is not the best. We're gonna see some wonky CGI in this film.
This reminded me of like a straight to streaming Predator movie.
Just with the War Machine.
Right. This is the first Predator. This is it. This is the first Predator. The thing comes down, hunting army men. Only one man's gonna be able to bring it down. Alan Richardson, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, no. This is Predator. This is Predator, and I ain't knocking it. I like Alan Richardson. I think he could have done better. But come on, Netflix. We see you. And if this is the type of shit you're gonna be doing with WBD, you shouldn't be in the room. Like.
Well, to be fair, they don't have the Predator property, so they got to do their own thing, right? Pretty creative War Machine, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Even stole the name. They're just like, hey, you guys aren't using this, right?
Right. You're just like, hey, Marvel, we could step in on your toes a little bit, can we?
Yeah. And people are gonna think Don Cheadle's gonna be in the Netflix movie, and it's Alan Rickson against a robot. It's like this is the wrong robot. This is not the one that we were looking for.
It's gonna turn to us and say several times in the movie, "He's hunting us. Why is he hunting us? He's an alien hunting us." Like what?
Yeah.
It's gonna be so annoying.
I like how the tagline was, "It was built for war, but so was he." It's like, wow, wow. If we whoever came up with that line should have probably kept it to themselves.
Right. They're fucking. This guy just doing the bare minimum, of getting a round of applause.
Mhm. I mean, are you gonna tune into War Machine on
I think I'll check
Netflix?
it out.
Like how
I'll
you
check it
are
out.
gonna do A Blink of an Eye, right?
Yeah. I'll check it out. Sure. I gotta build my
After a
worst
Mission
of
Impossible movie,
2026 for
though.
a while. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
I gotta build my worst of 2026 somehow.
Ah, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Start with a Netflix movie. I know I did. Let us know what you guys think, though. War Machine is out right now on YouTube. Check out the trailer. It'll be out March 6th. And A Blink of an Eye is going to be coming out at the end of February, so keep an eye on that one. With that being said, though, like I said, it is Super Bowl Sunday at this time. So, I mean, we will be getting those trailers out to you guys whenever we get that. Maybe get a little Bad Bunny interaction today. I don't know. I don't know. You a fan
Yeah.
for Bad Bunny? You gonna watch him?
I'm kind of, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be there. Crazy enough, bro, because I didn't even know. I mean, I'm still in California, but the game starts at 3 o'clock,
Yeah,
and I was just like, that's so weird, because like I for other people in the world, it's basically starting at like 6.
it's starting at 4 over here.
Yeah, like across the way, you know what I mean? There's 6 o'clock. That's crazy. I think that's crazy. Cool that
Yeah,
we're getting we're getting it sooner, I guess, because last year we did get it a little late. I think we got it around like two
no, it
o'clock.
usually comes out like 3, 4 o'clock
Yeah,
over there.
it's just weird. Yeah, I
It's
think
weird.
that's
It's,
weird.
it's a weird concept to think of, right?
Yeah, because if I was
Time is
in
an illusion.
yeah, if I especially like in New York, like if I was in New York, I don't think I'd be tuning in. I'd be like, I got work in a
Yeah,
couple
at
hours. I
that
got
time.
yeah, like
Hmm.
that's crazy. I think it's crazy. But I'm hoping for Seahawks.
Seahawks. I mean, I'm hoping Seahawks win too, only because I don't want the Patriots to win. But what trailer are you hoping to see though?
I didn't honestly. I if we don't get the normal ones, like Doomsday and all that stuff, like the ones we expect, Hail Mary. I hope we get a glimpse of Hail Mary again.
That seemed like we've been having a trailer for that one for a while. I'm ready for the movie to release. I'm like, when is the release date? Jesus.
Okay, I guess that's true. I don't know.
Yeah, that one. I'm hoping we get Doomsday. I'm hoping we get a Dune trailer. I hope we get a Dune trailer too.
Little teaser, because it's still
A little
a
teaser.
ways out. Yeah,
I hope we get another Michael trailer. That'd be pretty
that
cool.
would be pretty cool. Wait, no,
Uh,
we just got one. We just got a Michael trailer.
oh, that's true, huh? We did just get one. Um,
That's gonna be for next time though.
and yeah, I know we know Supergirl's not gonna be there, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see with those trailers. But I'm gonna be excited to watch them. Let us know what you guys think, though. Any topics we should be talking about, any movies you want us to review. Uh, we're gonna be doing some rankings this year. If you guys want us to rank any older movies, where one of our first ones on our list is gonna be Mission Impossible. So we'll be getting a Mission Impossible rankings out there to you guys pretty soon. Josh, let them know where they could do all that, talk to us, and hear the voice on one of these episodes.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. I post our episodes are up. You can hit us up there for news and movies you want us to cover. Buzzsprout link in the social I just gave you. It's like a Patreon. You subscribe, you help the show grow. We greatly appreciate it. It's just anywhere you get your podcast at FilmBros Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, again, wherever you get your podcast. Be part of the conversation. Twitch at FilmBros Podcast. And when it's all said and done, subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
And with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, so don't